anticipating, I sent her a message asking her how she was doing. And I don't know why it took me so long to send her the message, because at that point I had had 2 miscarriages, and I so appreciated people who just reached out and asked me how I was doing. But I was filled with a lot of doubt if it was okay for me to ask. She sent me back a message almost immediately saying thank you. Thank you for asking. And then she shared the things that she was struggling with. And I knew exactly how she was feeling. So I sent the second message, and again, I was filled with doubt whether or not it would be received well. She responded again and just shared thank you. She said it was the first time someone had given her advice, something that she could actually move forward in. And she thanked me. And I remember thinking to myself, maybe I do have something to say. Maybe I do have some shared experience that could be beneficial. Hi, my name is Joni, and you are watching Under the Maple Tree. I'm deciding to be a bit bolder and full of courage today, and starting a whole series on miscarriage. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've been nervous to actually dive in. I think grief in general is a tricky subject to talk about, but I wanted to extend a hand to someone who may be in my shoes and who may just need to hear that it's going to be okay and that you're going to make it through this. And that it's okay to cry sometimes. I've had 7 pregnancies, and 4 of them I have miscarried. For whatever reason, my miscarriages always happened at the end of my first trimester. The earliest miscarriage I had, I was 11 weeks, and the latest miscarriage I had, I was 13 and a half weeks. All 4 of them were something called a missed miscarriage, which is where the baby passes away, but your body still acts like it's pregnant. So you don't know that you've miscarried until you go for an ultrasound, or you try to find the heartbeat with your doctor or midwife, and you can't find anything. All 4 of my miscarriages, I've gone to the hospital to deliver my little tiny babies. And that's been hard. And so today, it's just gonna be a very simple, short message. I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and introduce my story. And I wanted to extend a hand or a hug or a shoulder squeeze, whatever your personality is like. And just let you know that if you are struggling with a miscarriage, you're not alone, and you will make it through this. It's my goal that when you come here and you watch these videos, that you will feel like you have a kindred heart to grieve with. And so I just wanted to dive in and talk about what I mean by that. I think, well, firstly, I think that there is a lot of power when we share our stories and when we share our experiences. What I experience will never be exactly what you experience, but yet we can draw so much encouragement from hearing other people's stories. And so I hope that by me opening up and sharing different parts of my miscarriage journey, that it will empower you, that it will allow you to take courage, that it will strengthen you where you are. And I think the second way to experience a kindred heart to grieve with is to know that I do desire for you to grow during this season, during this time, and during this hardship. Not to stay stuck and not to stay burdened, but to piece by piece and moment by moment watch you experience healing and growth in your own life. And lastly, I hope that you can feel seen, heard, and understood. I think when it comes to grief, we all deeply, deeply need that, to know that we are seen and that we are heard and that our grief is not misunderstood. That can be some of the most hurtful things that happen during grief, is when we feel misunderstood and when we feel like nobody sees us. And I think miscarriage grief falls into this because there are so many ways to be invisible in your miscarriage grief, unlike any other grief that is experienced. It makes me think of a tree in wintertime. The leaves fall off, snow covers the ground, and on the outside it just looks a little sad, a little barren. But what you don't see is underneath the ground, the roots are growing and they are strengthening. And during this season of not very obvious growth, the roots are growing, gathering nutrients, and restoring the places of the tree that need to be restored, so that when springtime hits, when it's time to start having leaves and being fruitful again, the tree has had time to rest and is able to become this beautiful leafy tree again and enjoy spring and to produce fruit. And so just like a tree in wintertime, we are experiencing growth during this hardship. And it's my desire that that growth can be turned into fruit someday. That growth can turn into a beautiful, lush, green tree. But we need to allow the roots to grow. And I don't know about you, but it's a lot easier when you have someone cheering you on to do the hard work. And so this is me welcoming you in, embracing you, and saying, if you need a place to find encouragement, if you need a place to rest so that your roots can grow in a positive way, I would be so honored if you hit the subscribe button and you gave this video a thumbs up. I'm going to be talking more about miscarriage and sharing more of my journey. I have a lot to share and a lot to talk about, so I would be so honored if you need encouragement to join me on this journey. Thanks so much for watching.